What's going on, guys? Here's True Frog here. Again, I'm making this video at my house like I usually do. And I'm kind of quiet because I got people sleeping in my house, so I don't want to wake anyone up. But yeah, this is the Chaos Dragon deck that everyone has been asking about. I'm really liking this deck, this format. If you saw my video, I played against Chris LeBlanc, our YCS Providence champion. You notice that I didn't draw the best hand in the world, and, I still made it work. Mind you, he did have a bad hand too, but, for what I had, I didn't have anything going pretty much the whole game, but it still worked out for me. Then game 2, I got kind of lucky with the Dark Hole, BLS, Rip, but Runner. But, it happens. I had bad hand both games. And with this deck, you gotta realize that it's not all about the charge, recharge plays. Like, this deck is a lot more than that. So, yeah, this is my second take of the video. The first one I kind of went on too long. I just didn't like the way it went out, so gonna go quick with this one. I'm going to show you the cards, and maybe I'll explain everything after the deck list. So let's just get started. Got the dragons. So, I guess there's not much to say about the dragons. Like I said, if there is, I'll get to it after. Then you got the chaos monsters. And then you got the hand traps. And then you got the tour guide engine. 2 tour guides staying nice sound. And you got some milling going on with the troopers and the light swarms over here. And that's the monster lineup. That's 30. And then for the spells, you got Heavy, Reborn, Hole, Double Lance, Allure, and then 3 recharge and a charge. So that's the deck list, and now I guess I'll get into some explanations, and then after the explanations you'll see my side and extra, so if you just don't want to listen to my explanations, you just can skip until you see the side and extra. So yeah, I'm sure most of you know why I run all of these dragons. I mean, you run these guys because Eclipse Wyvern can search them out, and they're very powerful on their own, so they're good standstill dragons, and that's pretty much the reason you run them. If you have too many darks or dark arm, which you usually don't, you usually have just enough, but if you do have too many darks, you can discard it for light pulsar, and you usually want to discard red MD for light pulsar. Even if you draw this card, you can discard it for light pulsar or dark flare, so it's pretty much never dead, even if you draw it. I don't even mind drawing it, because it's also has a decent amount of attack points and stuff. Onto the tour guide engine, you can discard Night Assailant for light pulsar and get back your Raikou. Also, this isn't really the best card even for tour guide, but usually people are only running these two, but in dragons you mill a lot, so say I mill these two, I wouldn't have a target normally, but Night Assailant helps that out. Onto the chaos monsters, they're chaos monsters. Usually hold on to these until you can make big pushes, not necessarily with Sorcerer, but mostly with BLS. Onto the hand traps are in Gores, because it's Gores. Maxi, running because this deck runs no traps, and I feel like, even though I don't like Maxi this format, simply because it's just really good against windups, and that's really it. I felt like it needed to be in this deck because of the no traps, like I said. It also works well with Tragodia, if you're playing against windups. Onto Tragodia, this is my favorite card in the deck. This deck doesn't always draw recharge, charge, whatever. You have to work to get those darks and lights in your grave a lot of the time. And Tragodia can help you, protect yourself while you're trying to do that. It's also just really good. Like, I take a lot of monsters with it. Just the other day I took a Xian with my Dark Flare. Discard your Lilar, take their Thunder King. It also is a great out to Thunder King on its own, has a lot of attack points always. You're never really using cards in this deck until you're going off, so you're always going to have like a 6-card hand, maybe 5. Tragodia is my favorite card in the deck. Then Valor, it's a really good hand trap right now. It's good against Insectors, Geargias, Windups. Not so much Chaos Dragons, but it's good against a lot of decks this format, so. Then Trooper, good out to Thunder King, helps you mill. Lets you draw cards, works great in conjunction with Tragodia. Not much else to say about Trooper. Here's your Light Sworn engine. This is pretty much why I opt not to run MST. I really like that these cards are, they help you mill, they work well with recharge and charge, obviously, and they're just great removal on their own. Raikou Raikou makes things miss timing. Just, these cards are great. A lot of time I'll be using Levier to get back Lilas, so I just get a lot of Lila back road removal. It baits out Bottomless and Solemn Warnings and stuff. What else to say about these guys? Yeah, so I don't run MST because, I have all this removal as it is, and I figure Lance is going to be a better card to react to cards like Dolka and stuff. It's more monster removal and spell and trap removal. I think it's a bit more just better than MST, at least in this deck. MST is obviously a lot better in a lot of other decks, but Lance in this deck is probably a little bit better, at least right now. Once the Atlanteans come out, I don't think so necessarily. Then you get the Trinity for the spells. Don't care to explain those. Just explain that. Run a lore. I don't really like lore because you pretty much want to keep every dark in your hand when you have them. But it helps you get to what you need quicker. Helps you get your recharge plays going, stuff like that. Then you got your recharge and charge. Just because you have a recharge and a Lila in your hand, quick note, I just want to let you guys know. It doesn't mean you want to use it. I mean, sometimes Lila is necessary to keep in your hand just to help you fight off those back rows. Also, something to keep in mind, say you have a hand like this. You don't want to charge first almost ever. The right play to do would be to recharge first. That way you know what you want with the charge. I mean, if you want your opponent to... Alright, if you do it this way, your opponent knows one less card in your hand, but if you do it this way, you have a better understanding of your hand so you can see what you want more at the situation. It's not always the right play, but that's usually the play that I would do. Just let you guys know. So that's the deck. You got 10 spells and 30 traps. Or 30 monsters, my bad. Onto the extra deck. I'm going to go by this quickly. Got Dust Tornado, for messengers, level limits, skill drain, stuff like that. Decrees for just trap heavy decks. Soul Takers for, annoying decks with Thunder Kings and cards that miss timing, like maybe Mirror Match, or, heroes that you can kill Shining and stuff like that. MSTs for pretty much the same reason as Dust Tornado. Maxi for, second Maxi for the windups. Gemini Imps for Dark World. Electric Virus for any deck that runs dragons or machines, pretty much. So, maybe against Dino Rabbit I'll side in 1. Against Dragon Mirror Match I'll take it. I'll side in 2, against Yugioh I might side in 1 or 2. Against Malefic Gear Town I'd side in both of them. Then Thunder Kings side in against a lot. Heroes, Dragons, Yugioh, just a whole bunch of decks. I want to try to make this video less than 10 minutes, so go quickly on that. Got some cool tokens I'll just show you real quick. And onto this extra deck. Okay, for rank 7, I got this guy. What to say about him? He pierces and he works great with Exabeetle. You can do some cool Exabeetle plays, and since it has a weak attack point, you can overlay for this. It's also a dragon, so you can do random D plays. Photon Strike Bouncer, I don't make the most, but helps you play around Gores and stuff. Then Exabeetle, hopefully most of you know the combo by now with Sang and Light Pulsar. For rank 5s, you get Zenmaio and Adreus. This takes care of face downs, this takes care of face ups. Don't run, what's his name? Tyrus, because I just don't feel like it's needed. Alright, for rank 4s, you got Jin and Maestroke. These can help you trigger your Eclipse Wyvern. If it's under it, you can detach Eclipse Wyvern to get its effect off, and these guys have great effects. Onto the rank 3s, you get Zen Mains for stall, Tempo for Zen Mains pretty much, and annoying Exceed monsters. Levier to get back Lilas and Sanguins and just cool cards like that. This guy is because Tour Guide becomes an instant light and dark with that. Then you get Leviathan because it's a dragon. Armiarm for it's a light and other cool things. Black Rose, it's a dragon, and Scrap Dragon's a dragon, pretty much. That's the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.